So, the end has finally arrived. Takemichi, Hanagaki Takemichi, has finally gotten his revenge, his final revenge. And I must say, it is bittersweet. What's up guys, this is Green Warrior 291, and today I want to talk about Tokyo Revengers. Spoilers for the manga, by the way, so you've been warned. The manga has ended. Takemichi has saved everyone, and well, it's a well-deserved ending for our boy, our crybaby hero Takemichi. The dude at the start of the story was a nobody, with no friends, nothing to really live for, and then was easily yeeted into a train track, which would have been literally his end if it wasn't for his time leaping abilities and time leaping to the past. Honestly, he has grown into not just a great person, but one of the goats of Tokyo Revengers. Having begun a weakling, weak-minded, and letting people easily push him around, to being someone that can stand side by side with the likes of Draken, Baji, Pa, Pe, Chifuyu, most of the Toman members, and especially Invincible Mikey. In the last timeline, I mean, he's the acting president of Toman. Whether or not that position should even exist is beyond me, but the dude has gone through hell, so why the fuck not? Hell, he's watched Hakun die twice, Hina die by Hakun, Mikey die, Naoto die, and so many others be killed in so many other timelines. He's gone through so much to save everyone, and now that he's accomplished this, he can have the happy ending he's wanted. But was this a good ending from a story perspective? That's something for me to ponder on. From the very beginning, his goal was to change the past for a better future, with it being first, save Hinata. This eventually started changing from just saving Hina to saving everyone from Toman. That change happened in episode 4 when Akun died. Akun's first death was what really kicked the story into high gear. It showed Takemichi that he has an important role as the Time Leaper. There are moments in the story where they do something questionable, but I think for the most part everything was a good payoff. Even those who died along the way, their deaths felt like they had some kind of meaning to it or a consequence. Baji's death to save Kazutoru, or self-killing himself so Kazutoru wouldn't feel like he's the one that killed him, which is theoretically saving him, helped get Takemichi be part of Toman in a big way by becoming his replacement as the first division captain, to get also Chifuyu as a partner, which he's the first person who learned about Takemichi being a time leaper. And we have the entire Black Dragons arc, which that will be covered in season 2. But that entire story literally shifts the entire Tokyo Revengers to high gear. And I would consider it one of the best arcs. Next to Tenjinku arc, the story is damn good. Though the final arc is debatable and honestly deserves a video on whether it lives up to being the finale of the big story of Tokyo Revengers, and whether or not it's good, bad, mixed. It's probably mixed, but it would be a nice video to go into it. What I will say is, yeah, the ending was kind of rushed, but I just can't help but feel happy for our boy. He reached the future he wanted. He's with Hinata, he saved Mikey from his dark impulses, and saved everyone from Toman. Those that survived in the Bonten timeline, as well as those who had been killed previously before the Bonten timeline could exist. He made a happy future for everyone, and that was possible at the end with Mikey by his side. Speaking of Mikey, gotta love the man, because from day one he was honestly a fan favorite. Having him be the final key to saving everyone was actually a brilliant play, since in the first timeline, he was one of 2 people that were causing trouble, that other one being Kiseki. So it makes sense to tie him as the biggest and final piece in saving everyone. And 2, he literally played the role of being one of Takemichi's people to trust and be an ally of, as well as being an antagonist, is golden. There's also Hanma. The dude remains a fucking mystery to this day, and I honestly can't help but laugh my ass off for it, since we all assumed he was the second time leaper, including me, and Riven Warlock, only for all of us to be completely dumbfounded by an obvious twist that it was Shinichiro who was the other time leaper. Honestly, Tokyo Revengers also has like fights, but I feel like each fight has a meaning, such as the first fight from the first episode, how Takemichi gets his ass whooped, and this is exactly what led Takemichi into the lonely path he took, with the second one being, well, time shenanigans, but I won't count this one as much. I'll count this one that you're seeing right now as the true second fight, testing Takemichi's resolve. The third one being the rematch, which Kiyomasa, being the cause of what happened in the first timeline for Takemichi, it is well shown that, yeah, our boy is growing. Slowly, but he's growing. And he got his first revenge here. And then there's many other fights with, as I said, Black Dragon arcs. One of the best fights of Takemichi's resolve being tested. Each new big fight not only tests Takemichi's resolve, but it also his position as the time leaper, where if he fails here, timeline will remain the same. And with that risk that he doesn't have a second chance, or well, I guess in this case a third chance, to make things right, it's all fucked. He needs to get it right. The moment he's in the past, he has to get it right. If not, everything after that is doomed. But that's what I liked about Tokyo Revengers. The consequences. Saving Senju inadvertently got Draken killed. As much as I do complain that he was killed by a random ass thug, and most people hated his death, it felt like the consequence was there. He time leaped to something that he probably shouldn't, but he did to save Mikey, and there was consequences for that. Draken being killed, I think, was only a consequence because he saved Senju. Kakucho being killed, or having died, is a consequence of him trying to save everyone. Like, there were consequences through his actions, and it felt nice that the story knows that he can't just do whatever he wants and get away with it. So I like that a lot. But the final battle was for sure one of the most emotional and high stakes for not just our boy, but us, the reader, just reading through it every once a week, having to read through what the hell is going to happen next. And it is good to say our boy, our crybaby hero, one of the best characters that came out of this series, got what he deserved, a happy ending. Although the manga is over now, we will get a few extra things, apparently, to, I guess, explain some things that were left off unexplained. Probably we might learn about Hanma. Anyway, we can at least look forward to watching Season 2. That'll come out next year. Meaning, yeah, I'm gonna cover it. I love this fucking series. So overall, Tokyo Revengers gets a 4 out of 5. The story and characters are all amazing. Heck, they made Kiseki so hated because he's a true threat, and he didn't even have much fighting involved since he was more on the intelligence side of things. But what does drag it down, I guess, would be that final arc. It is both the Three Deities arc and the Kanto Manji arc. They have their rocky moments, but they still delivered some of the most amazing visuals and coolest fights, as well as some twists that honestly some of us didn't expect. Overall, I love Tokyo Revengers.
Only you can save my sister.